Hey, good morning. Good morning. Good morning, our wonderful people. Thank you for joining us once again. Today is the day of the Lord. The Lord has made, and we will definitely rejoice in it for revealing things to us, for fighting for us while we are sleeping, for making a way where there is no way. For that, we thank Him. So today is February May the 4th. Okay. Today is May the 4th of 2024. Welcome to the program. As usual, please help us to share, like, subscribe, all the things that we need to do to get this message across. We are overly excited because as we're doing the work, God is doing the rest. We want to use this opportunity to thank our food soldiers that are working night and day to inform our people as to what is to come and what we are doing. We are eternally grateful because we are working for our future generation. So thank you for the work that you're putting in day and night. You are definitely appreciated and acknowledged. So we ask all of you as a stakeholder to begin to do so in your neighborhood. As you can see, the people that you thought are leading us, they are leading us to damnation. The money their fathers and their fathers' father collected as warrant chiefs is not enough for them. They want to keep collecting. Even when they're weighing 300 pounds, they have
Oh,
swallowed everybody's resources, assets. They can't breathe, they can't walk. They still want to keep selling because they are buyers. And we are saying we no longer want to be commodities. What's the Zealand? We don't want to be ahia kpọsara n'ahịa or product akpọsara n'ahịa. We want to be treated as human beings with dignity. So, in because of time, we'll allow my sister to introduce herself. Oh, my name is Mona Jim Saga. Before she introduced me, she did last week. I forgot to mention my name. She's like, okay, her name is Mona Jim Saga. Okay.
okay.
Please
Thank
help
you, my
us to share.
sister. And my name is AP, and I live in Lexington, Kentucky. Like Pastor has said, please continue to help us to share and like and subscribe. We are trying to build a new Africa, a new homeland, and a new world. And we are able to do that. So you see, you're part of this work. We can do it, people. We can do it. Can do it. So my sister is trying to pull up first video for you to see what is happening in other places. Because actually what is happening in our land, how some people came to our land, tried to displace us, put some people there, like you see northeast, northwest of Nigeria, they will go there, put people in IDP camp, rename the place, give it a new name, give it whatever they want to do, take over, do whatever they do. 1,000 years after, the people will want to come back to their land because you forcefully ejected them out of it. And there's chaos everywhere. And we're saying we don't need this chaos. We need to understand what is happening so that we can fix it. So please continue to share as we play this video, just to open our minds, to think globally, because the world has become a global village. Thank you.
Cannot compare because okay, we have to put two microphones on, one for their camera, one for our camera, okay?
He doesn't come to Israel much, to the place he fled from 17 years ago. But this week, Mosab Hassan Yousef, the son of a senior Hamas official in the West Bank, arrived all the way from the United States, and he's ready and loaded.
After October 7, there was no way, not to come and stand with the people. I saw the massacre footage, which, changed my life. My life would never be the same after October 7.
It looks like you're disappointed in a personal level.
Because it is very personal. It's very personal.
You were very angry.
I was very angry, and I'm still angry. For many years, I spared my father. For many years, I gave him justification. I saved his life. And it was a mistake.
It was a mistake.
It was a mistake. He's insisting in staying in this sick ideology. And you think he has an idea what happened on October 7? I need to take him and stick his head in the blood of the massacre. He may feel for a little bit what happened on October 7th.
We know him as the Green Prince, the boy who grew up in Ramallah, the eldest son of Sheikh Hassan Yousef Khalil, one of the founders of Hamas. Terrorism was the family business. The father divided most of his time between the West Bank and Israeli prison, and the prince continued the family tradition, buying weapons and planning terror attacks. But when he was 17 years old, everything changed. He was arrested and for the first time saw prison from the inside and the brutality of Hamas. In those days, suicide attacks became all the rage. For Mosab, this crossed a red line.
When I stood against suicide bombing attacks some 20 years ago, this was madness in a society where the majority, the vast majority agreed. I disagreed. And that was my punishment for just to think differently. In order for me to express myself freely meant for me to be executed.
At this point, the Shin Bet entered the picture. The organization managed to turn Mosab, and he became an extraordinary intelligence source. For 10 years, he lied to his family and worked secretly for Israel, preventing terror attacks and saving many lives. When Sheikh Hassan Yousef discovered the act of treason, Mosab was already overseas.
For my father, the biggest threat for his existence is to lose his honor, to lose his public image. This is the challenge that I gave to him. He invested his entire energy, his entire life to maintain his public image, his status. Now you are the father of the greatest traitor of the cause of your people. You'll have to deal with it.
If there's anyone who really knows how to explain what Hamas really is, it's him.
Were you surprised by what happened on October 7th?
Look, Hamas brutality was not a strange thing for me. I witnessed Hamas brutality firsthand for a very long time when I was in prison. They tortured people, they killed people in the worst possible way for suspicion of collaborating with Israel. I cannot pretend that I did not hear their voices. People were screaming day and night in pain of a crime that they haven't or hadn't committed. None of them had a relationship with Israel.
Knowing what they do to people in prison, were you afraid for your father's life when you came out in public about your story?
Of course, it was a very dangerous situation, but also he's a top leader. So usually who gets punished in that society? Those who don't have power. But those who have power, they get away.
It brings me to Sinwar, they call him the butcher from Khan Yunis.
He suffocated people with his own hands. He slaughtered people, beheaded people with his own hands. And those people were Palestinians. He's a monster, self-deluded, psychopath, dangerous criminal. He bragged about himself beheading someone on the prison sink. And this is his heritage, this is his resume, this is his empire.
What's Hamas' goal?
Well, Hamas doesn't even know what goal they have because their goal is not in this life. Hamas does not believe in this life. Hence, they want to kill, then get killed. After getting killed by the name of Allah, they get rewarded in the afterlife. They are the sword of God on earth, and they see the Jewish people as the disobedient, the ideology that actually sees the Jewish people inferior, sees the Jewish people as enemies of Allah, that in fact, killing the Jewish people is considered a way of worship. Why would any sane, decent human being would go into a farm, a kibbutz, and kill all form of life. To kill a baby, to burn a baby based on religious, basically defines ethnic cleansing, defines a genocide. There is no chance for peace with Hamas. Hamas must be finished. That's it. There is no alternative option. We cannot coexist with Hamas, not as Israel, as free individuals. And by the way, by standing with Israel doesn't mean necessarily that I'm going against the innocent people, if there is any. We are here in Khan Yunis area. Right above us, there is a school. And this is what Hamas has been doing.
Are there non-involved people in Gaza?
The vast majority of Palestinians are complicit with Hamas because they voted for Hamas. They protect Hamas, and most importantly, they failed their moral responsibility to condemn Hamas. The least you could do.
Do your father know what he said when they asked him about the massacre? He said, "Mistakes will be made. We are human, and human makes mistakes."
My father said that?
Yeah.
Where?
In one of his interviews.
Is he taking responsibility for his mistake? Is this the way of Allah? You send people who are like killing machines going into peaceful communities, wiping everybody out. You call that a mistake? A genocide as a mistake?
See, people, okay, am I coming out? So we promised you on this channel that we will bring truth to you. You see, it took us time to dive into this situation. We wanted to be sure what is going on. For a son to turn against his own father and his own people and his own group and say, no, this is not right. That means it's not a joke. It's something that you need to re-examine to understand what is really going on. As indigenous peoples suffering under the yoke of British and Fulani colonization, we understand exactly what is going on. As Igbo, that our lands were almost taken 1967-70 and our people wiped off, but for the intervention of some well-meaning citizens of this world, we understand what is happening in Middle East. Because there's a lot of disinformation and misinformation. We chose to bring this to our people at this time, so that you not become a collateral damage of something you don't know. More videos will come in. Please continue to watch. We are building up a narrative here. We are building up something here. And you will go and do your own research and follow us. Thank you.